Thank you, Mary, and thank you to all the other organizers and sponsors, and thank you to the participants who've taken time out of their busy schedules to join this important conversation. TG really lined it up well, and it's a great introduction. Housing is a foundational issue facing this region and the country as a whole, and it's important to have conversations like this, and I think private industry and technology can play a big role in helping reduce construction costs. So I founded Is Modular about a year and a half ago because I got involved in 200-unit mixed-use multifamily development in St. Michael, Minnesota, which is about 30 minutes west of here, for those of you that don't know. And given the market rents in the area, we wanted to explore modular housing as a solution to build faster and more cost-effectively and make the pro forma work. I'd read about modular construction and seen examples of large-scale projects on the coasts, but had not seen anything of scale built in the Twin Cities area. So I did some research and discovered the regional modular builders in existence were the following. It was actually a surprising number of them, but I went and toured most of them, and it turned out that they were largely focused on single family. And their legacy sales channel was through a single-family dealer network, and so it was problematic to give up 4 or 6 months of production to one project and leave their customers high and dry. So I decided to cast a wider net and look to the whole country of who could build this project. It turned out the closest to build wood was Gurdon and Nashua out of Boise, Idaho. The problem is these modules cost about $5 to $10 per pod per mile to transport, and so shipping from Boise to Minneapolis would have eaten up all the costs that could be achieved by savings in the plant. So I decided there must be an opportunity to start my own company. I spent the last year or so touring some of these plants all over the country and talking to developers, contractors, planners, officials, and validated the opportunity and decided where we would position the company. The first thing we did was recruit a highly capable and experienced management team, some of which you see here. We have 110 plus years of combined experience on the team, and our management team has, in past jobs, built the first modular apartment building in New York City, 1.6 million square foot military housing project in Texas, and apartments and hotels on the smaller scale in Minnesota and the Midwest. So why did we pick modular as opposed to panels or other offsite strategies? And I think TG said it well. We're going for efficiency rather than flexibility. There's some flexibility in modular, but certainly not to the extent of panelized. But you're building more off-site, and so there are more efficiencies. The speed, and I won't go too much into these because I think TG did a great job of covering them. Speed, cost, quality, and sustainability were the key factors, as well as worker safety, rather than in our long, cold winters in Minnesota being strapped to the 6th floor of a project with ice and wind. You can be wearing a t-shirt in a climate-controlled environment working at the ground level. So diving a little bit more into why it's so much faster, and this is a bit of a repeat from TG's slide. We're doing the site work at the same time as manufacturing in the plant, and that's where you get the bulk of the savings. And obviously time saved helps your return metrics and helps the pro forma. So what is modular for those of you that have not done a project or dug too deep into it? It's the full structure as you see here on the left. So you start with the framing, and this is wood as opposed to steel, which we'll hear about. And this is obviously a very high-end project on the right, but this is the level of finish you're doing in the plant. You're installing all the case goods. You're installing the kitchens and bathrooms, the lighting, the flooring. So it's a different approach than panelized. And we were going to have a video, but the technology didn't work. Do we want to play it? So this is a video of time lapse of a project being built in California, and watch carefully because the modules are stacked so quickly that you might miss it. So I think a video speaks to the speed better than I could. You have all the modules ready, built in the factory, and you can stack up to 15 or 16 a day in the right conditions. And so a 100-unit project or 200-unit project can be set in a matter of weeks, not months. And then you obviously have to come and do the MEP connections, interior finishes, and exterior cladding, which, to Jason's point, you can get very creative with your exterior finishes and make the same unit mix look very different. So why did we pick wood as opposed to steel? And that's simply because the vast majority of units delivered in the upper Midwest are in wood. And actually, Minnesota produces more wood units in multifamily and hospitality than even Illinois, largely because of they're building higher, taller buildings. And wood is cheaper unless you're going much higher. So this is our facility that will be opening by the end of the year. It's about 150,000 square foot facility on 35 acres, designed to be expanded up to 500,000 square feet. To TG's point, I need an order for 10,000 units before I can build a 5 million square foot facility. But for now, we'll start here. And target markets are multifamily, including market rate, workforce, and affordable, and then hospitality, senior and student housing as well. So this is about the target geography for the first plant, and we're excited to announce that we've almost filled our 2020 production capacity, everywhere from 30-unit affordable project to 250-unit hotel and apartment project. So we're working on about 15 projects in various stages of design, and we've been very pleased with the demand, notwithstanding the chicken and egg issue. It's been a challenge to convince people to give us orders before we even have the plant up and running. But we're so excited about the demand that we're already starting to plan phase 2 and 3 of launching more plants across the Midwest in areas that don't currently have modular manufacturers. Please contact us if you want to learn more or want to set up a meeting. We've got several of our team members here, and so feel free to reach out. And I'll be speaking at the financing breakout session as well. Thank you.